Guys, welcome back. I wanted to begin by thanking everybody who watched us last time, and I wanted to mention all the people who watched us from different countries. We have people from United States, from India, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Malaysia, and Pakistan. And we are growing in double digits, and it's all because of your support. So if you like this kind of programming, please consider subscribing, and let's begin. So today we're gonna talk about three things. The first thing is Trump's state visit. It's a second state visit, and it's a $42 billion prosperity pact. Very interesting, and we're gonna talk about it in details. The second one, it's also about United Kingdom, protest and polarization in UK. And the third one, it's the global right-wing surge, and it's related to the assassination of very tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk. We're gonna touch on it briefly. So let's talk about it. In preparing for this video, I prepared very interesting, beautiful slides, and let's show you. I'll show you how that state visit looks. So look at that. President Trump is Melania and King Charles and his wife. Look at that. The pictures are very beautiful, and they had a beautiful procession. They had carriages and a lot of horses. I love that kind of stuff. And it also calls the point, whether you like or dislike certain things, you have to start by accepting it. In other words, some people like and some people dislike United Kingdom, but so what? There's a monarchy, there's a lot of tradition, and they do things in a certain way. I find it visually very beautiful, and it's interesting that you can see ceremonies maybe 100 years ago, 200 years ago. That's how they met state guests, so that they continue that tradition. So we have to respect it, because today you see in the news a lot of negativity, oh, we like this guy, we don't like that guy, we like this political leader. But also you have to respect, and you have to begin by acknowledging what is there. So let's look at the slides and let's take a look what else happened there. So they had kind of a military parade. President Trump was there. The King of United Kingdom is there. More pictures, official pictures with Prime Minister. And the tech prosperity deal. So that's a big deal, and a lot of people didn't understand what it's all about. So basically, United Kingdom, it used to be the huge empire with a lot of colonies. And there's a funny map which exists about the countries which were conquered by United Kingdom. And I think there are maybe 10 countries in the world which at some point here or there were not conquered by United Kingdom. So United Kingdom was a huge maritime power. They had ships and they had gunships and they can send, and there was diplomacy. At some point, India and Pakistan was under their protectorate. They were colonies. So in other words, and after World War II, a lot of countries became independent. So now England doesn't have all those colonies, but still what they retain is banking infrastructure. And England has one of the best intelligence in the world. A lot of times you see news, people are saying, oh, Israeli intelligence, they can do this operation or that. But United Kingdom, it's much older. If you ever had friends which went to Venice, Venice today is a beautiful small country. You can take the boat rides and it looks nice. But Venice used to be like United Kingdom, maybe 300 years ago. And they had super developed intelligence. They can reach and they can do things in very delicate but very kind of serious way. So at some point, a lot of intelligence community from Venice went to England, and they started a lot of universities and they developed a lot of intelligence networks. So United Kingdom during World War II and after that and before that, they even had the term big game. For 100 years, there was confrontation with Russia. And before the World War II, they were trying to play different sides. So this tech deal, and I'm going to bring back the pictures. United States will invest $42 billion. And they're going to build, but it's not just investment in, let's say, building a plant which will assemble iPhones. No, it's not like that. And Apple founder was there, and Apple was there. There were 160 captains of industry from the United States. But this tech deal was focused on artificial intelligence. The revolution, Nvidia will provide the supercomputers. with special GPU and chips which are specially designed to accelerate artificial intelligence. And a lot of other American companies will be there to provide the software. And also they're talking about civilian nuclear power to build nuclear reactors in England to power all that, because all those artificial intelligence, they need a lot of power. And also they were talking about quantum computers. Quantum computers, they deal in, instead of zeros and ones, they have a state in between. So quantum computers, it's the revolution. Already Google and different companies are working on that. And once you have a quantum computer, let's say if you have some kind of military installation and they encrypt their data, and usual computers can take, I don't know, 100 years to break those encryption keys. Quantum computers can do it in a few minutes. So in other words, quantum computers will take a human capability to process information to the next level. And it's not going to be like twice faster. No, it's going to be 100 times better, right? So that coupled with artificial intelligence algorithms will provide the new very powerful technology. And who will control that technology will control the world. And again, like if you're talking artificial intelligence, we're not just talking about ChatGPT and how you can use it to help your kids to do homework. No, it's like that's a side effect. Artificial intelligence will be used to power drones and to do a lot of things which are very serious. And military is probably going to be the first application of that. So if we go back to slides. You see, Nvidia was there. Nvidia providing hardware and software to power then the revolution in artificial intelligence. So what are we talking about? United Kingdom used to be a huge empire. But once they lost colonies, in Europe, economies are not doing great. And that's also the problem for United Kingdom. The economy can do much better. And they're borrowing money and the debt is rising. Debt in America is rising astronomically. So the intelligence and the banking industry of the United Kingdom and all the old connections and technical giants from United States and military might of the United States and political power of the United States emerging. So we are seeing the Anglo-Saxon axis. And they're probably doing it because they need to go to the next level. And Trump administration several times said that China is the biggest enemy they see, or at least opponent, maybe not an enemy, but at least geopolitical opponent. And I'll give you the list of companies which were there. Microsoft is spending $22 billion on artificial intelligence and the cloud. Google is spending $5 billion on a new data center. Nvidia is supplying 100,000 of GPUs to build the supercomputers. So they're going to be very powerful center. And the goal is to make Britain a central hub in the global AI and quantum computing race, strengthening US and UK leadership against rivals like China and Russia. So this is what we see in. We see in a geopolitical partnership. There was always a partnership, and you can see the speeches of the king, you can see the speeches of President Trump, and they're talking about the long history since foundation of United States. United States was a colony of United Kingdom at some point. They remember that history. And at some point there was opposition, but now they're friends and they're allies, but they're strengthening that relationship and they're building that to the next level. And the companies which were there is Apple Computer, Microsoft, OpenAI, that's ChatGPT company, Nvidia, they're providing chips, Google, they're providing the next quantum computer and a lot of their technologies. BlackRock, that's probably one of the largest financial company in the world. They own a lot of resources and a lot of stocks. That's a very